I've just stopped into biofinch.com and I'm here now with the owner, Brian Maloney. Brian, how are you?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Show me about this product and tell me about it.
Okay, well, what we have here is an in-vessel composting system, known as the Big Pig by some people. It turns all food waste, including cooked food, into compost in 6 weeks. So it's what they call a hot composting system, and the secret in it is the insulation. It allows the compost to generate a heat of over 60 degrees Celsius, so it kills off any of the dangerous bugs that would be in your normal compost.
So does this sit out in the garden?
You would place this beside the back door, so you come out, scrape your dinner plates into it, you add a handful of sawdust, wood pellets, shredded paper or leaves to the food waste. And the idea there being that the carbon neutralises the nitrogen in the food waste, so that stops it from smelling, but it also adds mass. So you get more microorganisms living in the compost than what you normally would, and that allows it to work a lot quicker. So we put our food waste in, we put in a handful of sawdust, and we give it a tumble. 6 weeks, our first chamber is now full. We move over to our second chamber and we fill that for another 6 weeks. When our second chamber is full, we come back to the first chamber, we put our wheelbarrow in underneath it, and we empty out our mature compost. Simple.
It's so tidy and clean. I love that.
Tidy and clean, and a lot of people say it looks like the drum.
I feel like I'm doing the lotto.
Winning streak, yeah.
Well, there's something good coming out at the end of it anyway.
Exactly,
we know that. So
exactly,
that's one element.
So this is actually going to save you money in your household, because it's going to get rid of your brown bin, which is your food waste bin. And we know that there's a lot of problems with that, like the smell out of it. It attracts flies and rats. It has to be cleaned, and you have to leave it out every 2 weeks for collection. And if you don't leave it out every 2 weeks for collection, you've got stagnant food there for 4 weeks. So this gets rid of all those problems, and you get compost at the end of it all. So, it's a win-win situation.
Very practical and effective. Talk to me about cost, if you would.
Cost. So we have 3 different sizes. This is the smallest unit that we have. This is the JK125, and this unit is €400. But we're offering free delivery on these units at the moment.
Nationwide?
Nationwide. The next unit has got twice the capacity. That's the JK270. That unit is €500, and that includes delivery. And the next unit after that is the JK400. That unit is what we would class as our entry-level commercial composter or a community composter, and that unit is €1,200.
Perfect. And if I were to go for the smaller option, the one right in front of us here, how long would it take to fill up the first drum?
So the first drum, on average, if we said for 2 adults and 2 small kids, you're talking about 6 weeks to fill the first drum. But say for someone that was living on their own, if it took you 3 months to fill the first drum, you could work it that way. I give the example of 6 weeks because that's the perfect scenario, okay?
Very good. And for those who cannot make the Ideal Home Show this weekend, how do they get in touch with you, Brian?
Well, you can log on to our website, which is www.biofinch.com, or you can call me on the number which is on our contact details on the website.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.